The upside down horseshoe grip. I was taught push here, pull in here. All right. Anybody, my right-handed shooters, anybody ever shoot a little bit to the left? Right? Yeah. Left-handed shooters, anybody ever shoot a little bit, you know, pushing a little bit? We're not pushing, we're not doing it with trigger finger, we're doing it with our grip. And it's just pre-roll, or it's recoil anticipation. We know the recoil is coming, so we tighten up our grip, and when I tighten this hand, where does the gun go? To the left. Well, if I'm fully extended, it goes down and to the left. If I'm just barely broke in here, like I shoot, straight over to 9 o'clock. A little bit more, down and to the left, right? Maybe some guys will even go up and to the left if they're tweaking the wrists slightly as well, right? It's just the opposite for left-handed shooters. So, if I tighten my grip here and pull in here, I'm only gonna make it worse, right? So the upside down horseshoe grip puts my gun in a vise up high on the gun. And that matters greatly because of this. All right, recoil management, right? I need a really good grip for recoil management. Well, this gun's just gonna go flying, right? Watch the gun. Not a good grip, right? I'm holding the gun with my middle finger barely. The slide goes back, but the slide goes forward. The gun will return if your hand is up high on the gun. The pivot point's up high. Now watch what happens when I do the exact same grip, only I'm gonna hold the gun lower. Woo. All right, so we create a fulcrum on this gun. If I put more pressure low on the gun, I'm only gonna exacerbate recoil. So with that upside down horseshoe grip, I'm not doing this, I'm just putting some pressure right there. And that puts equal pressure on the gun, and what it allows for is the gun to just track straight up and down. My sights go straight up and right back down. No big deal whatsoever. No left tracking. That was the first thing I saw with my shooting, that left tracking went away. Push, pull, upside down horseshoe grip. Feel it? And yes, this part of my hand is coming off. All right, push, pull. Feel that torsion? Upside down horseshoe grip, all right? It's all right there. And I can put some serious pressure on it, but the cool thing is, I don't have to. That's why little 120-pound females with this grip can just ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. That part, I mean, you can feel. Yeah. Just by tightening my grip, it wants to rack that way. Even pressure, right? All right, you ever done any CQB?
Not really.
All right, so basically in CQB, you got lead guys and dudes that are behind them. All right, so if you're my lead guy, all right, as the number one man, yeah, I'm gonna be low ready. I'm going through the house, I'm ready as fuck. But as the number two man, I never know which way my number one man's gonna go, because he can go anywhere he wants. He's always right. Even when he's wrong, he's still right. Well, right here, man, as opposed to, right? So just take a few steps and then kind of dig left or right, all right? All right? No matter which way he goes, I can always drop my gun right down over his shoulder, all right? So in the stack, right, in CQB and stuff, I run high ready all the time. Same time, 5.6 both times, right? So it's slow, really, really slow, you know? Do that one off to the left, just to the right, just a little bit. Yep, 5.9, super slow, right? Yeah, I get it. Low ready. 3.3. The funny thing about the shot timer, if you don't know it, the B to the P of beat on a shot timer is typically 0.31 to 0.33 seconds on the pack timer, right? So I broke that down before the timer was off. So is the low ready faster? Yeah. In this situation, all right? Any questions on the high ready? The one thing I see most that guys do that is gonna set them up for not being as good as they can be is this. All right, I want this just below my line of sight. All right, even if I retract it all the way into here, it's still right below my eyes. That way, as I'm pressing it out, even right here, man, right? Even right here, I can take those shots and retract the gun, right? Not even in, not all the way into my stock or my shoulder yet. I can work it. As long as I have this attached to my face, I can see my sights. So rip it. Don't hope the round into the next target. Stop the gun, see the sights. And again, I might be able to freaking pretty pink magazines. All right, so whatever you're doing, do it faster. Get on it. Think about if you're gonna punch some motherfucker in the face with your muzzle. Give it to him. Here it comes, stand by, 2 rounds, snap that shit. Nice. Here it comes again, 2 rounds. Excellent, excellent. All right, shooters ready? 2 rounds, here it comes. Stand by. Stretch the gun, and I want you to shoot 3 rounds as fast as you fucking can. Stand by. Let them rip. Here it comes again, let them rip. Stretch it. Here it comes. All right, all right. Check out your targets. Everybody wants a faster draw. Does anyone here not want a faster draw? Even if you got a 0.8 draw, right, on a 10-meter target, A zones, man, dudes still want 7.5s, right? So one of the very first things I see that guys can typically get a little bit of speed from isn't even a draw, it's that. Put your hand on the gun. I was taught that my hand comes up, and then I have to push down, damn near shearing my holster right off my belt to get a good grip. And I'm like, my cell phone's laying on the table. Do I smash the shit out of it before I pick it up? No, it's just a grip, right? And that's why I have disdain for all the terminology that's in the shooting world, right? You gotta get a good purchase before you pick something up. Dude, it's just get a grip on the gun, bro, right? I wanna just go straight to the gun. So wherever my hand's coming from, typically from, you know, relaxed below the belt, you know, if you're French, the surrender position, right? Or some of you guys might even hold an imaginary carbine, right? But wherever you're coming from, all you have to do is take your hand and put it on the gun. If it's not exactly right, fix it. So if you go to here, hey man, just slide your hand down, wrap your fingers around the gun, now I've got a grip. So I tell guys most of the time, that right there can shave 0.2 off of most guys' draw. If you're like a 1.3 second, 1.5 second draw guy, most of the time, it's that. The part where we actually make up time or whatever can come from here. When I do miss, then I don't have to look at the target to tell you that. My sights told me that. Your sights tell you everything you need to know. Calling shots, as it's referred to, sights tell you everything you need to know. And here's the deal, man. I told you guys, I treat you like adults. So much of gun instruction is based around not having someone shoot themselves. And I have simply found that the average intelligence, and of course you guys are all above average intelligence, I get it, right? Most people are simply coordinated enough. If you simply tell them how to do something and not to do this, they won't do it. I have never in my career, even shooting with some of our partner forces, have ever seen someone draw and flag themselves. I've never seen it. So I think what has happened is the guys who teach that stuff, they correlate the way they're teaching it with having never seen it, right? One doesn't necessarily make the other. So I just put the steps in place to tell you how to do it the best way, right? Because this is good, it works, right? Don't put your hand over here, meet them up out here. It's good, it will work. This is better. There's always good, better, and best, right? And right, some of you guys are millennials, and y'all's the way you were raised, everything is good. As long as you think it's good, then it's good, right? Well, see, I was raised to believe that performance is the measure, right? If I'm better than you, then I'm fucking better than you, right? If you're better than me, then you're better than me. I need to do things to get better than you and not just be like, well, he might be able to hit a target and I can't hit it, but my shooting is just as good as his. Because my mom said, and I got a trophy, yay, right? Like I told you, man, you know, everything out there is purchasable. You can purchase your own trophies. Hell, they sell Ranger tabs and Special Forces tabs at the PX. You can get, or you can order offline and get yourself one, put it right to a fucking, some piece of Velcro, right? It's not the same thing as the one that somebody earned, right? So anyway, performance is the measure, you know, so good, better, best, right? We don't have to subscribe to the idea that safety directs our training. Safety is a thing we do at all times. It's the umbrella, right? One doesn't have to conflict the other, right? And I don't want safety to inhibit my training because I've done all kinds of really dangerous training and have never seen me or one of my teammates shoot each other, right? Why? Because there's one basic thing we do. And it's actually two things, but it's one thing because it's redundant. Muzzle, trigger. They're redundant. You only need one of them at all times. If I muzzled every single one of you right now, I pull my gun out and literally swept it right across your noggins. As long as I don't pull the trigger, nobody gets hurt. All right? Not saying we should do that. We should adhere to both of them, right? Or if I pull my gun out and I don't point it at your noggin or any part of you or me and ND it into the ground right here, nobody gets hurt. Those two rules are redundant. They're backups to each other. We want to do both at all times. The reality is I have swept my buddies in combat because of a threat telling me I had to, right? But I didn't pull the trigger when I did it. So he was fine, right? And we do it all the time. In training, never, period. In combat, the bad guys have a little more say. And then you say, oh, but Tony, what if somebody tries to take my gun? I need to bring my gun into my workspace. And I'm like, bro, what do you do in your daily life this close to your face, right? Most of us actually do most of our work right down here. So we don't want to change mags there. I want the gun up high so I can see everything, all right? And then I say, okay, man. Who wants to take it? Anybody want to come try and take it? Right? Because I can back up and reload, right? I can get my gun loaded, all right? Then I ask the question, what type of person tries to take another man's gun? A what? An unarmed. Holy shit! First answer right back. Usually people say, a crazy one. A person who doesn't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, but at the root cause, why would a human being try to take another human's gun? Because they ain't got one. Because if they had one, they would just fucking shoot you. I have this. If you come at me and try and take this, I will beat you to death with it if I have to. Right? This clunky ass piece of metal, a friend of mine beat a dude, it's probably something we should have said. In the invasion of Iraq, his M4 got shot in an approach to a target.